Certainly.
How's it, guys? Welcome back to Cult Action Reviews. In contrast to the last terrible film I covered, this week I've got a belter for you. It's insane, it's crazy, it's full of nonsensical plot developments, and it didn't make any sense. But my word, is it one of the most entertaining films I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about Force Commando. And while that name may sound dodgy as F, it's actually a very entertaining action film with Nazis, cowboys, ninjas, samurai, all types of stuff. It's like the guys making it didn't have any idea what they wanted to make, so they took everything and made that. It's amazing. It's great fun. It comes from Taiwan in 1982, and I'm gonna have real trouble explaining this one, because I can sort of tell you what happens, but I can't tell you why anything happens or what the plot is. Because after watching this film 3 times, I still don't know. And it's a testament to the filmmaking here and the energy on display that even though I've seen this film 3 times, I enjoyed it all those 3 times. So without further ado, let's get into 1982's Taiwanese kung fu cowboy epic, Force Commando. We open with an action scene. These guys are surrounding this little hut in the middle of nowhere, and they're not just surrounding it because of the chickens. Apparently there are some thieves in this hut, our heroes, and this guy, the commander, who's actually our main baddie for the whole film, wants them. And because the guys in the hut aren't going to give up, the guys outside open fire, and the poor chickens get it. Bit excessive, don't you think? As gunfire booms and chickens explode into feathers and mortars rain down around them, we're introduced to our main cast of characters. These delightful ladies with their 80s perms and cooler than anything style. These guys are our heroines, the Force Commandos, if you will. And this one, sitting here coolly playing chess while people blow up and get shot around her, is Jackal, our main character. And you know she's cool because her partner can get shot during chess and she can still keep playing. It's only the opening minutes of the film and things are looking bad for our heroines. They are outgunned and outmatched.
Return the loot and give up. You have no choice.
That is, until Jackal suggests a plan. How about she make a run for it while the others stay? She'll take the gold while the others stay. And whoever gets away will meet back at the hut a year later to split the gold.
We'll split the money between us. Here.
I don't know about you, but I see a major flaw in this plan. Jackal gets to take the only jeep with the gun on it and escape, which looks like the only viable means of escape for anybody. And she gets away while a couple of the others get shot in the ensuing firefight. So I'm beginning to think Jackal might not be as trustworthy as her name implies. How do you miss with a grenade? She threw it way too far to the side. Jackal makes a daring escape as people shoot around her and obviously miss because they're all aiming like stormtroopers. They escape to the top of the mountain where the commander did the only smart thing. He followed them slowly because, you know, they weren't actually going that fast. Now he has them dead to rights.
Next time he spits, kill him.
I mean, I hate people who spit in public too. It's just rude, isn't it? Why he doesn't just shoot them both dead immediately here? Anyone's guess. It's a good thing he didn't though, because the gold is actually just a box of rocks. So now he needs to ask questions. As this sequence played out, I found myself again wondering why I'm watching a film where the heroes are idiots. All she has to do is pick up a gun that's dropped on the floor there and shoot the bad guy with it. But no, instead she abandons her friend by jumping in the jeep and driving away. But here's the thing, Jackal expected this because, as her name implies, she's actually a traitor. She's in love with the commander and they've just pulled off a grand ruse to steal the gold. And while that opening may appear vaguely coherent to you and give you hope that the rest of this film is going to make some sort of sense, you may want to hold off on that, because the very next scene starts the absolute madness. Are you ready for this? Because you better be. We smash cut from Jackal dancing with her boyfriend to this woman, who is the most anime character to ever animate. Oh, check this guy though. He's making the most of his death scene. Here's the thing, this whole scene, this guy getting shot, the card on his foot, all of this, means nothing. This woman never appears again in the film. About an hour later, I was wondering, what happened to the anime character who had the Bible and who crossed herself every time she killed someone? I don't know. She just disappears. I do wonder if this comes from another film and was spliced in. Because who the hell is this woman? Or who the heaven is this woman? We're then introduced to a character who actually plays a role in the whole film. This chick, Dynamite. Bet you can guess why she's called that. She's being chased by a stereotypical monk with the flowing moustache and some bad guys and a Bruce Lee lookalike. I don't know why she's being chased by these guys, but she is. Following her is who I can only describe as a Power Ranger or a woman doing a really sick version of Captain Marvel cosplay. And I have no idea what's happening here. Dynamite is being chased for some reason. I don't know, maybe it's because she's a woman and she likes dynamite. But she blows up her competition. And does this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You see, Bruce, I wouldn't walk over a bomb, even if I thought it was a dud. Especially if the woman is standing a few feet away, counting down like it's gonna explode. And now the whole point of these scenes is to introduce Dynamite, who is like a female Clint Eastwood kind of character, and to introduce the Power Ranger character, who was apparently in the beginning. Now she needs Dynamite to pull off a heist. I assume to get the gold back, but Dynamite is not having any of it. In fact, she is pulling out all the stops, including, when her boat gets shot up, a surprise speedboat. But don't we all have a surprise speedboat stuck up our arse for when we need them? These lads going after Dynamite. You know, if they use this wonderful invention that has been proven to be used in this movie multiple times already, called a gun, they could shoot her from a great distance away so that she couldn't actually throw the dynamite close enough to blow them up. But I suppose these guys all think that bringing a knife to a dynamite fight is a good idea. We then smash cut to this, a casino scene where women are taking money out of their legs. That's one way to bank, I suppose. But Dynamite is here, she's outside, and don't you just hate it when people wear masks under their nose? She wants to rob this place, except when she gets in, she finds out that, Power Rangers robbing it first. In a grand display of solidarity, the two women decide to work together. They encounter one minor problem when the gambler pulls a gun, except this idiot doesn't know what a gun feels like, and he tries to light her fire at an inopportune moment. Then they try to get away and end up running into the police, or at least they say the police, so this robbery is going swimmingly, and then they run, flee into the night, and spend the night sleeping outside. It was at this point that I found myself asking, WTF is going on? Because I didn't know. I was lost from this point forward. And I think if you're watching this film, this is the point that you too are gonna lose the plot, because the filmmakers sure as shit did. We then get the only part of Dynamite's character that you're gonna notice. She loves licking her sticks. Not like that. Don't be dirty. Then we get a bit of sexual tension over what I assume is either stolen music or music meant to sound very like Ennio Morricone's scores for the Good, the Bad and the Ugly films. We then get a genuine jump scare as the plot makes its appearance again. These two ladies are driving to where the hut was a year ago, and as is the way with these things, the gold turns out to be hidden in a very happening town. This place looks like fun. There are lion dances, brothels, bars, acrobatics. Looks like a grand old time. So apparently what happened is Jackal and the commander from the beginning, they built this place with the gold, and the other ladies are here to get it back. And of course, as they ride into town, they are immediately captured. But oh, there's a twist. They're actually captured by their friends. So, what was the point of that? Ah yes, these guys are the most inconspicuous thieves in the land. They wear bright colours, they ride in on noisy motorbikes, and they wave guns around like mad people. Okay, well, they're being stealthy. Let's see what it gets them. As our girls are discussing what to do to find Jackal and the commander, they are obviously seen by the commander. They are then attacked by this dude, who's a reject from Greece. I mean it, this guy's a 50s greaser.
Fork it over, you'll be shot. You can't split your covered. Huh.
I swear, this guy's talking like he just stepped out of the Grease musical, and it's friggin' hilarious, especially when he rubs up against the rest of the cast, who seem to have been picked from different points in time. And our inconspicuous heroes are about to get in some serious trouble, because the Grease is taking their guns, and the commander is planning their downfall. How's he doing it, you ask? With ninjas, of course, because you always need ninjas in a film like this.
Well, how about it?
Oriental Star is with them, all right?
Keep an eye on them.
Yes.
Of course, before the plot can move forward, we need another scene that makes no sense and serves no purpose. But it is a pretty gnarly action scene. See, this dude wants this bottle of drink, and this lady decides to drink it. And instead of doing the smart thing and getting another bottle, our dude decides to fight this lady. So she does the obvious thing. Acrobatics, drinks from the bottle, chops his hand off, and then chops another guy's head off. Because, you know, bar fights, am I right? If you want to know what all that was about in the bar, don't ask me. I have no idea. And now, jarringly, we're back to the plot, as the ninjas decide to sneak up on our heroines. And the music is doing most of the heavy lifting here. Because there's nothing exciting happening. There's a bit of stealth as they crawl around in the dark, and I genuinely couldn't see what was going on. We then get into a huge fight. I'm not entirely sure what happens in it, but some of it looks pretty good. Some of the choreography is pretty sick. But this part, if you can't feel that your sword is in someone's shoulder, well, you're not a very good swordsman. Some lady gets killed. I don't know who she was. I couldn't tell you if you paid me. And we get to see the world's most ineffectual smoke bomb, which still somehow manages to confuse our heroine. Where could they have gone? These sword hits really do sound like laser fire from Star Wars, or more accurately, a Star Wars knockoff. This rope just appears out of nowhere. Okay, is she Tarzan of this little town? Apparently so. And now, 30 minutes in, we're introduced to a new character. This guy, Heartbreak, another Clint Eastwood knockoff. Don't know who he is, don't know what his motivations are, but he just saved one of the heroines. So, I guess he's a good guy? Who knows? I don't, you won't. Let's just keep watching. After being attacked, our heroes find Jackal's house, and we have this rather touching reunion. Which is how I'd react to someone who left me for dead and tried to get me killed, just so that they could take a bigger share of the gold that I helped steal, I'd definitely look at them and go, Now the girls learn Jackal's motivations. They're not that deep. It's love. We also then get a very riveting conversation about interior design before they talk about gold and they all go, I mean, this is some riveting stuff, but it's about to pick up, don't you worry. In order to prove that she wants to make it up to her friends for almost killing them for money, she takes a series of ever more drastic steps to prove her loyalty. The first of which is to ask her friends to beat the ever-loving crap out of her underling, the poor greaser dude.
What if he didn't pay reverence to his mistress? Teach him a lesson.
Who gets wailed on with a friggin' morning star.
Yeah.
No one loses their temper in front of me.
When that doesn't work, she's reminded of the code by one of her friends. So, the code says that what she has to do to earn loyalty again is literally chop her own arm off. Little bit drastic, but again, if someone had tried to get me killed, that would be the least I would expect them to do.
You understand me?
After chopping her own arm off, the commander appears, and he's rightfully pissed that someone got his girlfriend to chop her arm off.
You stupid girl. Have you no conscience?
Mate, ask your girlfriend that. She literally got her friends killed for money. And after those very touching, heartbreaking reunion scenes of self-mutilation and sadism, Jackal is now back in the fold. She's friends with our ladies again, and they have a plan to steal a diamond. What kind of diamond, you ask? Well, it's a big diamond. Very big.
The biggest one the world's ever seen is that big.
Exactly. That's the one.
I'd also like to mention that the girl that got killed in the Ninja Night Raid is never mentioned again. So, at this point, I'm trying to figure out if I imagined her or the film is making me hallucinate. Either way, it's not good, is it? But now, we have a night raid. Also, I love how this girl is doing a night raid in a neon-colored dress. Very stealthy. They're going to get the new MacGuffin of the film. The huge diamond, the world's biggest diamond. But oh no, Jackal has a premonition.
What's wrong? Something isn't right.
Things are about to go tits up in the worst way possible. And as Jackal predicted, it's a trap, as Admiral Akbar would say. But it was really nice of the bad guys to make it fun by adding in all these sparklers. Really adds a bit of excitement to the pre-battle proceedings. And it was at this point that I couldn't figure out who the bad guys were. I figured they were getting attacked by friggin' Cossacks. And for some reason there's a dude with a blowpipe as well. This action scene makes no sense, but it is really entertaining. Some of the sword fighting is a little lazy, because I mean, she's just jabbing at the cameraman here. But apart from that, explosions, screaming, Cossacks, guy with a blowpipe in the bushes. What else could you want from an action scene, really? At this point, once again, I was wondering, what the hell is going on? I had no idea. I don't know who the baddies are anymore. I don't know who's attacking them. I sort of know who the good guys are, maybe. But, you know, stuff's happening. Watch it. Turn off your brain. That's the only way to watch this film. And after all that fighting, they just catch the baddie leader and give the best line in the world.
Otherwise, I'll pull your beard off. I mean it, you goddamn bastard.
It's too bad the beard's obviously fake. Otherwise, this line would have more weight to it.
Let me handle this. Tell us where it is.
And after all of that, an angel appears in the most overdramatic scene I think I've ever seen in a film. Yep, this that you're seeing on screen is actually happening, with swelling, dramatic music, slow turns from the cast and all. And then, as this is going on, the heroines decide to explain to us what the diamond is. You know, it would have been nice to get this exposition early on in the film so that we knew what the stakes were. But, you know, okay. This scene goes on for entirely too long, and the commander guy actually agrees with me, because he just shoots the angel, just straight up caps her, and then runs off into the night. So the double crosser double crosses them and runs off into the night. And then we get a massive plot twist. The diamond that's just been introduced to us as the major MacGuffin for this film is actually just a light bulb. A giant light bulb. You know, this plot twist would have had a lot more impact if I knew what the hell was going on.
Where's the real one? There's never been an Oriental star.
I don't even know who this angel woman is. Maybe she's the anime character with the Bible from the beginning. If she is, she's changed her hairstyle and her costume and all her mannerisms. So, I don't know who she is, but she's a new character. Welcome her to the fold. She's a lovely lady. She probably has a perm under there. And suddenly, it's a wrestling match that I can't see because it's filmed in the dark and I have no idea what's going on. After that, there's suddenly Nazis. And this woman, who's actually the angel woman, breaking out of Nazi Colosseum prison place. I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. I couldn't hope to explain this to you if you gave me a week and enough LSD to kill a whale. But, okay, the gist of it is that the guy who double-crossed them, the commander, he grabbed a map. A map to what? I don't know. To where? I don't know. What does it lead to? Nobody knows. It's the next MacGuffin that we have to follow, because this film was written by a hyperactive 12-year-old who just drank 600 cans of Red Bull. Jackal runs after the commander, finds him on the bridge, and then we have this really touching moment where she can't shoot him because she loves him. But as always, it's undercut by the grunting. That's how I react to displays of love, really. My socially awkward self just goes, and walks away. I think it's the best way to get girls. No idea how Lady Power Ranger got to the other side of the bridge, but she's suddenly there. She does the smart thing and shoots the commander. Unfortunately, she doesn't kill him. Commander then shoots Jackal, because of course he does. And there's a flying ninja. Oi. Guys, give me a second. There's something I have to do. Right. Chin chin, lads. Okay. I'm ready to get on with the movie now. So, I've stopped asking why. Jackal gets shot, falls over the bridge. Angel comes, gets the ladies. I think the ladies get captured by the commander's guys. I'm not sure what happens. Anyway, Jackal, of course, survives, is found by the heartbroken cowboy guy from earlier who killed the guys for a bounty. Well, he's back. Jackal asks him why he's heartbroken. He describes the terrible thing that happened to his family. They were massacred by the commander's men, I assume.
I know. You're so quiet and forlorn. It's no wonder that you're so lonely.
I mean, quiet and forlorn is one way to put it. It's almost like she doesn't think he should be after what happened. Well, this is the same woman who betrayed her friends for money and thinks that just chopping off her own arm is the way to get back in their good books. So, she's morally bankrupt as fuck. So, Heartbreak apparently is a master blacksmith who ends up making her this really cool gun, because now Jackal is Ash.
Groovy.
For some reason, Heartbreak can't come with her. I mean, why not, hey? You can't help an injured woman when she's in need. You've got to sit around your house moping about your dead family. And off Jackal goes on a night raid to save her friends. Now we're getting close to the climax. And I'm still lost. I'm still confused. And it's not going to get any better, guys. So I'm going to have another drink, I think. Jackal ends up successfully breaking her friends out of prison. and the commander runs away. Conveniently, he runs away without the map. He leaves it behind. Here it is, doesn't matter really. But the commander runs away and he ends up going to the Nazi KKK rally, which I think is an interesting thing to be happening in this place. You know, as I was watching this film, I couldn't help but thinking, you know what it needs? The KKK. So now we're getting closer and closer to the climax. The commander's gathering his army of Nazis, KKK and other people, and the good guys are uniting against a common enemy. Now we have a raid on the good guys' settlement and lots of shooting. You'll notice that Jackal is not using the cool handgun that she got made for her by Heartbreak earlier, and she won't use it until about maybe 5 minutes from the end, which was really, really disappointing to me. I suppose they just couldn't make the prop work or something. And this lady goes with a letter to somewhere. It doesn't work out. Greaser follows her and captures her. She then gets brutally murdered to up the stakes. We now have a massive shootout that has heavy shades of the Wild Bunch. See, Dynamite gets shot, falls through a roof, and has this cardboard box land on her, which obviously incapacitates her. She then blows herself up in an almighty sacrifice. And as we speed towards a conclusion, the ninja just stabs the angel and she just dies. Our Power Ranger just gets shot by the commander. The greaser loses his head a little bit when he goes after Heartbreak. And the commander finally gets a hand job, but not the one he's been waiting for throughout the film. I'm very sad that she only decided to use her gun once, because it looks pretty cool and it would have been a lot cooler if she'd used it throughout the fight, but you know, using it at the end when you're about to die, great. And after all of that, the only character still alive is Heartbreak. You know why? He didn't get involved until the end, when everybody was already dead. That's how you survive a film like this. And that was Pink Force Commando. At the end, everyone was dead. The good guys, the bad guys, everybody. Except for Heartbreak, who wisely stayed out of the fight until the end, when he could come in, kill a couple of guys, and walk away unscathed. And I tell you what, man, after the last film I watched, made by Fred Olen Ray, this one was a breath of fresh air. It's stupid, it's nonsensical, you won't understand a single thing that's going on from start to finish, but man oh man will you be seriously entertained. Trust me, watch this with a couple of buddies and a couple of drinks, you will have one of the best times of your entire life. It is so much fun. There is so much energy and madness in Pink Force Commando that it has to be seen to be believed. And that was what a lot of Taiwanese films from this era were. They were either straight up knockoffs of more popular films, they even did one of Miss 45 back in the day, or they were just mad hodgepodges of different elements from more successful movies jammed together into one incohesive whole. Pink Force Commando is one of the good ones, and it's definitely worth watching if you can stand the madness. I still would like to know what happened to that anime character though. She looked pretty cool. And that's it for this week's review, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's edition of Cult Action Reviews. I know I did. Maybe next week I'll watch a film that's bad again, you know, alternate between bad films and entertaining films to try and find that happy medium of joy and utter terrible depression. Anyway, I would suggest you watch Pink Force Commando, and I'll see you on Cult Action Reviews next time. Have a lekker day.